welcome you as well. I'm very glad to hear this because people don't know who we are very well. People view an Igbo man, an average Biafran, from the prism of the very clouded interpretation of an Igbo man from Hausa Fulani. It's Hausa Fulani that informs you as to how you can view an Igbo man. I have gone on record before to say it, and I will say it again. I am not a supporter of the coup of Nzo. I am not a supporter of it. I don't believe in military intervention in anything civilian. I allow civilians to sort it out. The job of the military is to go and safeguard the borders, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Having said that, the way the coup was explained to people, the way it was presented, the narratives used to sell it to the Nigerian population was geared towards achieving just one very simple goal: to poison the minds of the people against the Igbos. Not because the Igbos have any ulterior motive of perhaps lording it over other people or conquering them or dominating them, but because the Igbo people could have opened the eyes of the other people. Only them could have risen to challenge Hausa Fulani caliphate dominance of the entire political and economic landscape. Understand this very well.
Yes.
Now, Britain advised them on what to do. You're a minority in the north, according to British definition.
Yeah.
So are you.
Yes.
But they never set up any minority commission in the north. They set up one in the south. So for them to be able to get at the resources in Biafra land, they need to disable the one constituent unit capable of checkmating them, the Igbos. So what the white man did was to say, we're having a minority commission. Oh, we are worried about the welfare of an Ibibio man, of somebody from Ogoni. If we leave them with these Igbo people, who knows what is going to happen to them? Unfortunately, our people in southern Biafra bought that nonsense crap, basically. And that is why everybody's suffering today. Tell your people I accept what I have said, and we shall reciprocate. Believe you me, if it were possible to save Nigeria, I will be at the vanguard of it, championing it. Just that the place is not salvageable because of the mindset of the people that you're dealing with. So what we have come up with is a very simple solution. The white man came and aggregated a lot of ethnic nations into West, East, East Central, Middle Belt, and all the rest of it. What we want to do is to have people exist in their natural state, in their ethnic state. Tell the people that I said, if Thief Nation can get together and have a referendum to say we want to be part of Biafra, they are more than welcome to do so. If any part of the North decides to come and say, we love what they are doing, we want to be a part of it, all well and good. Had the Sovereign National Conference canvassed by Tinubu, Shoinka, and all the leading lights in Yoruba land in those days, prior to the coming of Abu Salami in the 1999 Constitution, had they remained, stuck to their guns to say, we want Sovereign National Conference, there would be no need for IPOB. Because during that conference, it would have captured all our aspirations, all our fears, all our concerns, and perhaps distilled it into a workable formula that will make Nigeria a viable nation, or country, so to speak. There's not a nation. But the powers that be said no, again. It won't happen. They don't want it. Instead, they gave us the Abdul Salami Abubakar Constitution, indissoluble, indivisible. Supreme document. We, This is what one person wrote inside Asorok. He's saying we. This is my concern with black people. I have this major concern with black people. Our inability to sustain any fight from a principled viewpoint. There's a difference. When you are in very serious trouble physically and emotionally, you try to do something about it. I am talking about taking up a particular stand and being able to defend it through thick and thin. Tinubu, as you're saying today, was a very radical advocate of sovereign national conference. All the Yorubas, as soon as they got into power, they jettisoned it. What does that tell you about the character of that very person? These are the people that you call your leaders and your elites. Men without honor or principle. Sovereign national conference would have solved all the problems. There would have been need for IPOB to emerge. Had they got on initially to say, let's try and resolve this. Let's have every constituent party. Because I don't want even the smallest ethnic group of only about, say, 50 people to be marginalized. I don't want it. They also have the right to be heard. There's a saying where we come from. I don't know how to say it in English. Maybe the president here can tell us. No matter how small or how little somebody is, you must listen to their view, their opinion, and take it into account when making a decision. I'm from Igbere. Please say I'm Faruku. My mom is from Undume, Igbere. I cannot go to my mom's village and tell them what to do. Do you understand that? Yes. That's how we are. You can't. You're not allowed to unless they invite you. So there is no way an Igbo man could conceivably dominate anybody unless you equate entrepreneurship, hard work to dominance. If I come to your place and I want to start up a business, a pharmacy, and I buy land and I build a chemist or a drugstore and I do well and perhaps I send my kids to the very good schools I have around you, how is that dominating you? I don't understand it. We didn't go to war with anybody. We didn't conquer anybody. And nobody conquered us until the white man came and Arajuku fell in 1904. Why am I pointing all these things out? Is that when people have this irrational, morbid fear of an Igbo man, I feel sorry for them. Because only an Igbo man can save you. Ultimately, take this back to your elders, and that's what I said. Eventually, even the tribes that you have in southern Kaduna, the Adamawa minorities, the Bauchi, only Biafra can save everybody. And we'll go on to save the whole of Africa. That I'm very, very sure. I have gone on record to say that anybody rejected by the caliphate is welcome into Biafra land. As a full and equal citizen. Full and equal. Have you ever heard that we killed our visitors before? If somebody comes here now looking for you and say I should give you up, they'll kill me first before I give you up. That's how we are. And I can't even ask you to go, to leave. If you come to my house and I give you a drink and you're drinking, ask him and he will tell you. You can be drinking till tomorrow morning. I can never tell you it's late or you have to start going. And I said, you don't try that. Instead, you say, oh, since it's 12, do you want me to give you water to shower and show you where to sleep? It's then left for you to say, I want to go. We are peace-loving people. The white man calls somebody a human being or a person. We name them Mand, which means the beauty of life. Therefore, you don't take it. It doesn't belong to you. A human being that is breathing. We call that person the beauty of life. Mankendu. That is why we can't wake up in the morning and start slaughtering people. Like some primitive medieval savages. Which is what we have here. They dominate. They suffocate you. Look at what Junaid Mohammed is doing and Udang Abdullahi. Every blessed day, they are hammering. Are you going to allow IPOB to take us to war? You see Nnamdi Kanu, he wasn't born during the war. Any idiot will follow them. Ask them, since when did self-determination become a clarion call for war? Since when? Since when is asking for a referendum hate speech? It is hate speech because I tell you the truth. If I see Tinubu, I will tell him. You were a champion of sovereign national conference. You got into power and you changed. That is a typical black man for you. That is no honor. All they want is money. And these are the people you call elites. Are they elite? Is that how you ascend this ladder of elitism? By lying to yourselves. That is what I don't like about me. And I frankly don't give a damn who does or who doesn't. Because ultimately Biafra will come. And there is nothing any idiot can do about it. All of them from top to that, they can't do nothing about it. Nobody can stop Biafra from coming. Tell your people, we want them. Let me tell you my thinking. We will have our Biafra, which will be consented to by everybody. Ishekiri, everybody. If Ishekiri votes in a referendum to say, we want to be on our own, believe you me, they will go. It's a coalition of the willing. Those of us who are willing, we bond together, we develop a very viable economic plan. You see what we have. Within 2 years, you see what will happen. We have to 2 years. And that is what they're afraid of. Yes. If we let Biafra go, it will show the world how backwards we are. Anybody who wants to join Biafra can join. Because you are a thief, or maybe you're from, is it Jukun?
Jukun from Taraba.
Taraba. Then you come to us as you've come. We now sit down and you say, I want to subscribe to this value system that you have in Biafra land, which is fairness, equality, freedom, liberty. Then we now sit down and say, how do we accommodate you? Because we are already Biafra, Jukun is coming, Tiv is coming, all these other people are coming. Maybe we can no longer answer Biafra. What name can bind all of us together? That's how intelligent people reason. Yes. Do you understand? Yes. We now sit down, all of us, and say, okay, Biafra is here, these people are here. Now, this is a name that we find acceptable. Do you understand me? Yes. We all agree in a meeting, sign, shake hands, drink brandy, whiskey. Or from today, your name is Benwerian, after River Benue. You're a Benwerian. Yes, if you're Nigerian, you can be a Benwerian. If you're Niger, isn't it? Yes. You can be a Benwerian. Isn't it? Yes. They only took one river, only one. Oh, they left the other one. Why are we not Benwerians then? Why Nigerians? Is that a name? Is Nigeria a name you can give to? What's the meaning of it? If you say you're thief, I can understand. If I'm a thief, you can understand the culture, the thief dressing, their food, their drink, their wine, everything you can tell. Tell me Nigerian national dress. What's Nigerian national food? You can't tell me, can you? But you're Nigerian. Do you see my problem? At least if I go to America, they can give me hamburger and say hamburger is for Americans. If I go to Germany, they eat frankfurters, which is a type of sausage. They can say or have it. If I go to England, it's fish and chips. You know. In Nigeria, what's your national dish? Do you have one? No. You don't have. But if I go to TV Nation, will I find TV national dish? Yes. If I come to your house and I say, prepare TV dish for me, can you give it to me or not? Yeah. That's where we are going back to those things that we have in common. That is how people coalesce together. Commonalities, the things that they have in common. We have more things in common with the Christian populations of the North. Do you understand me? We have many things in common. Let us exploit that commonality and make something come out of it. I told them, for the avoidance of doubt, Biafra will come, no doubt about it. We are going to build a state-of-the-art seaport in Lokoja. State-of-the-art. If they agree, Biafra doesn't extend off the road. If they agree, we dredge the River Niger, make it, internationalize it. So it doesn't belong to anybody. It's an international waterway. We will pipe oil and gas for free. Because it is in my interest that the economy of the thief nation is growing. Do you know that? Okay, people think that if you're a rich man and your neighbors are poor, that you're rich. No, you're not. EU taught me this. That's what EU is all about. They bring in all these nations, they spend billions to bring them up to speed like the other ones. So you won't have armed robbers coming from the new countries into their area. You won't have any form of violent crime. All this pettiness and restiveness will disappear. That is called nation building. The charlatans and the criminals you have in Abuja do not have the mindset, they don't have the intellect, they don't have the conviction, the philosophical conviction to carry through anything that can bring tangible benefits to other people. They lack it because they don't know. A country that produces 2 million barrels of oil every day, but you import refined petrol. Do you think you're worthy or fit to be a country with 4 supposedly functional refineries? You still import fuel. Now people say, well, we get and we do. The amount of stupidity and hopelessness going on within Nigeria is not something I can tolerate. I can't. Others may, but I can't. I live in England. The Prime Minister of England is not an Igbo woman as of today, Theresa May. None of them will ever be. But I prefer to live in England. Why? Because if you graduate, you can find a job to go to. As a student, I can afford gifts and presents for my parents. As a student, I had a car. I lived in my own flat. As a student, why wouldn't I want that for my village, for my town, for my nation, Biafra, where I come from? Had the people that set up the social structure of England been as myopic and as selfish as you do in Nigeria, do you think I could have gone to England to study and have such, I can have reached almost a satisfactory lifestyle, so to speak? It is my duty to ensure that your children are comfortable. If you have 15 children, I want them all educated. Everybody. Because I don't know if it's one of your children that will give us the cure to perhaps arthritis or to cancer. How do you know? So providing that child with the finest education possible is the only way you can find out. Are we doing it in the zoo? God, Nigeria. People lie to themselves and they pretend. Every day the same set of liars. They tell you a lot of rubbish. He's causing trouble. He wants to do this. He wants to do that. Rubbish. They are protecting their interest, which is free flow of oil and gas. They sell and they go on Hajj every blessed year on money belonging to everybody. I have nothing against people wanting to exploit other people for their own benefit. That's entirely up to them. But me, I hate it. If they have any sense, which I doubt, anyway, they could have used the Confab report of 2014 at least as the foundation for coming up with something workable that people can buy into. But they come with this nonsensical state idea. I want an attractive nation to be in one nation. Idoma the same. Igbere the same. Your own nation, controlling your destiny, making laws for yourselves. That's somebody in Abuja doing, no. In your own land, making laws that affect Steve nation there and then to better the lives of your people. You control whatever is in your land. But this notion of having to sit down every month with a violation from Abuja, Is that how to run a country? In all honesty. I'm here to tell your people. They have nothing to fear from us. My hands are open. Biafra may come and join. Biafra may expand again into its ancient borders. Stretches from here all the way to the northern territories. If you go to your geography, go to the world maps of 16, even 14, this 1425 is there. So Biafra is not a thing of today. It's been there from time. 1425, Biafra existed. That's where we're heading to. It has nothing to do with oil. If I can pray tonight for God in heaven to dry all the oil wells, believe you me, I will do it. To have to give oil to people who don't have the brain or the mindset to judiciously make effective use of it is the worst thing you can ever do to a human being. It's what they run the economy. All you do every month is oil. You set your budget based on the price of oil. It's the most foolish thing anybody can do in this world.
Honestly.
That means you are useless.
Honestly.
You can't manufacture something that people want to buy. That's what it means. So those who are manufacturing iPhone, iPad, all those things, they have 2 or 3 heads. Do you see where the claim of supremacy from white people come from? Whites can make things happen. Blacks can't. That's the truth. Let's be honest about it. You're sitting down there as a Nigerian, our location has come this month. That's how hopeless we are. Do you see why we're upset? So you want me to raise my children under such a climate, and you said to me, Dad, oh, why did we go to school? In fact, they won't even have it. They won't tolerate it. Tell your people we are one in this. I don't hate anybody. I hate ignorant people. I hate people who are stupid and foolish. Fulani herdsmen will come. The rest people, nobody talks about it. They are not jailed. They are not even charged. Nothing happens to them. I said I want Biafra. They put me in prison for nearly 2 years. Somebody came and gave, do you know what it means to ask people to leave? Do you know what it means? It is beyond treason. That is a prelude to genocide. Yeah, after all, it's happened before. Go and arrest those people, they couldn't do it. Till this evening, they couldn't do it. But they're busy chasing IPOB coordinator in Igbere up and down. Why? Because our Safran is in control of the army. They're in control of the police. They're everything, they're in control of it. And people keep quiet. How many lives are there? Who is not going to die here? Everybody will die someday. How you die is what you a man. As Tipu Sultan said when his castle was about to be overrun in India in those days, and he said he would choose death. That he would rather live for 2 minutes on his feet than to live for 1,000 years on his knees. That's how men are born. Not sheepishly you want to live, yet you have no quality of life. Because of the cowardice of the so-called minority in the north. I'm a very blunt person. That's why you're suffering today. It's cowardice. Look, Fulani the person, they can't do anything. They are nothing, they are rubbish. They can't do nothing. That thing that will happen in 2019, that will happen tonight. They are rubbish, I'm telling you. There are a few of them who are good. Shagari was a good man. Yaradua was a nice man. There are a few of them who are good. This lording it over other people. We control the army, remember the war, and so bloody what? If we fight and lose, we keep fighting. Until we win.
Yes.
We don't know that.
We cannot aware. We keep fighting.
If they want war without end, we give them war without end. But they'll start it first. And we'll keep betting them until they start it first. That way, nobody in the outside world will ever support them. Biafra lost the war because of Britain and its superpowers. Not because of these people. If they let them fight us in an open warfare, no foreign interference, they won't last for 2 weeks. We'll be Sokoto. They know that very well.
Back to footage.
Actually.
They are when they talk and people run from them, I say they are mad. They are people who are stupid. Who are they? That everybody is frightened of them. Who are they? I ask. Nonsense. Please tell the people that we're with them. Anything we can do, we will do to make sure we cement this very bond. Not like the bond of the old. I'm not a politician. So anything you hear from me is left from my heart, and that's what I'm going to do. I don't say things and I'm doing it. You understand? Thank you for coming.